We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with a still confirmed lower high, no rejection as of yet. We'll see what's coming from that. But on the macro side, this is a signal that leads into those weekly corrections. We know that we were looking for this as the Qs reach their annual expected move, as the IWM reached their annual expected move, with some crazy divergences for IWM. IWM still by the center line. We'll see if the market can catch itself here, or else we are going to continue to weekly correct. And that's right, because we need to consider some kind of upside move tomorrow because we did have volatility that was up by more than 10%, which tells us that over the next two trading sessions, that would be Friday and that would be, Monday, we will have an 85% probability to get some kind of update. So we're going to get you those daily expected moves and consider that while talking about the SPY, the Qs, and the IWM. So let's just get into it. This here is the 2-hour chart. And remember, Patreon members, yes, we're giving out the daily expected moves for you guys over here on YouTube, but on Patreon, we did just put out all of the daily expected moves for the stocks on the right side of your screen over here that are marked. We do have a lot of those expected moves, including SMH, including AMD. There are some crazy percentages out there right now for a few stocks. I believe AMD is at over 100% implied volatility. So if you need a level to pay attention to that's backed by data, that's backed by the options market, Patreon is down there in the description for you. And this is your reminder, Patreon members, to go get those on your charts for the stocks that you are considering to pay attention to. But for now, we need to get you those daily expected moves for the SPY being 746. Batteries are low. We'll get it toasty. We'll get it done. 746.23 to the upside, 730.13 to the downside. Something that I like to do when the daily expected moves do this, I like to point out where the magnet is, right? These levels act like magnets, but there might be a stronger magnet down in this area just because they are stacked pretty close to on top of each other within that 730 to 731 range. So if this acts like a magnet, then we continue to see selling in some fashion. If the 2-hour chart is able to curl up into positive territory, you notice we have recovered from worse conditions before. So if the 2-hour chart curls up, I don't necessarily want to say that the market's completely toasted and fried. But as of right now, an 85% chance for an update, and every 85% probability for an update going into tomorrow, going into Monday. If we see it tomorrow, the 30-minute chart has 0 reversal signals here, suggesting that something like this can take place. We do not see that from the 30-minute chart. We will change if that ends up developing. We always change as the market proves itself. But for right now, you would say if we get some kind of update tomorrow, we would be curling up into negative territory, which if we get by that center line, we are likely to reject at this point. This will make sense as we go over volatility in just a few minutes towards the end of the video. The volatility index is in an extremely positive trend on the 30 minutes, so I will point that out in just a little bit. That means that volatility is overall saying, hey, yeah, something like this, if we do get that update, hey, watch out for some kind of weekend trap. But if we end up falling to the downside, then volatility would say, look out for that early Monday bounce that then most likely will roll. And that's the simplest way to look at the SPY right now. If the 2-hour curls up randomly, hey, we might be squeezing through, because the only way to save the market at this type of position right now is to see some kind of massive squeeze, is to get some kind of surprise. As of right now, with the big confirmations on the daily, the macro scale, we would have to consider that. And at the end of this, we are going to take a peek at the weekly and see that if we are not able to see any kind of upside tomorrow, we will be closing the week out with a cross down on the weekly MACD, suggesting that that weekly pullback, that weekly correction is coming. It is finally here. We started talking about it at these type of levels, and then we suggested that we watch those annual expected moves. We get to those annual expected moves. Now we start to curl down with the daily rejection, the daily lower high. So very, very important there. We're going to go over the Qs as well, because those will actually be at their annual expected move. Remember that on the weekly scale, yes, I do believe a pullback. Yes, I do believe a correction could be on the table, but I do believe that the SPY will be able to get to 800 by the end of the year. And that is simply because the weekly chart is in such a positive trend. For the Qs, we see an extremely elevated weekly MACD, which tells us that we are very likely to create a higher low, especially in the bullish direction. Very, very likely to make a higher low. We have been discussing this area down here towards 630. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. But overall, you just want to see, okay, does this have divergence? Does this have a lower high? No. So should I be expecting some kind of massive stock market crash? Well, the massive stock market crash type moments, which haven't been very massive, this would be a big one. It did go down to the annual expected move last year, but you notice that we actually had weekly divergences here. We do not have them now, so you would be looking for continuation overall. If you carve out that higher low, you would be looking to test this high and going to make a new one, right? So we would be looking for something like this. I just wanted to make sure to do that. We will go over more of the macro scale over the weekend. The daily scale here, never able to curl up by the center line. Now, we are still by the center line. If these things start to curl into positive territory, we can make a move to go test these upward levels or even go make a new high. We're not saying the market has to do anything. We're reacting to what the market proves in front of us in real time, and we're going through what seems to be most probable. With the rejection in this area too, overall in this area and in this area, but more so actually probably right in here, with that rejection bar right there, you are looking for correction as the big thing on the table until we see conditions change. So we need to go into the 2-hour chart and talk about some things because the Qs have something very interesting that we pointed out over this week. Actually, throughout this week, you have heard me say if we create any kind of divergence down by this monthly expected move on the 2-hour chart, that can be a trap signal. If that's able to curl to the upside, we can see the daily be able to reverse back around. And did we form some kind of divergence you see on your MACD? If you would confirm that 2-hour chart to the upside tomorrow, if you get some kind of massive surprise, you see the post market kind of going to the upside, if you're able to confirm that tomorrow, until that rejects and rolls down, you will be considering this as a divergence and you will consider this as some type of reversal signal that can really cause the market to squeeze in the upward direction. So we do have a signal to pay attention to that does suggest with confirmation that we can flip this party around and we will not correct on the weekly scale. So very interesting, and I would keep my eye on it. Am I leaning towards it? I mean, it doesn't really matter as of right now. If this confirmed, I might dabble with it. But as of right now, I am very, very excited if we would get some type of weekly correction because people will think it's a stock market crash. They will scream in, there will be X posts, there will be constant people trying to grift you that this is the moment that the market's going to drop by 50%. And we already know based on the weekly chart that that is not the most probable. So I would be paying attention to this. This will be critical. If that can go away though, that's how we're kind of shaping up. So 706.44 to the upside, 677.48 to the downside. The 30-minute chart is not giving you any kind of hint here. You're not getting any kind of hint like with a 30-minute divergence. You're not getting any kind of hint with a 30-minute higher low. So maybe we'll look at this in a couple of days or a day. Maybe we'll look at it tomorrow even or over the weekend and we see something change. But if we don't, then the most probable thing is even if you get that 85% up day, you are likely to reject from those sellers and actually head down to at least the monthly expected move. So if we see this curl up, we are still negative. We would need to see some kind of massive squeeze lead into a higher low for the 30-minute. Then we would consider that the market is able to turn around, or if you wanted to follow the 2-hour confirmation. So this is how the Qs are shaping up. We do have a reversal signal by the monthly expected move, but we have not seen confirmation of that. So this would be something to potentially react to if I was getting too bearish. As of right now, though, you do not, if you are a bear, you do not, if you want the weekly correction, you do not want this divergence right here to confirm. You do not want that divergence on the RSI to confirm at the same time. That would really lead you to believe that the daily chart can curl up by the center line. We could be in for a lower high. We could be in for a potential even, I would say extension of this because it's pretty extended across. So we will consider that over the next few sessions and see how the price action behaves over the next couple of days because of this signal right here on the 2-hour chart. IWM, we have daily expected moves for that as well. 295.31 to the upside, 288.87 to the downside. We see here what? Look at the positioning of the MACD. Now, we have seen some big recoveries, right? Things can happen. That's why we say, always be aware of your positions and things like that. Always be aware of your risk management practices. But as of right now, a 30-minute bounce, even if that takes you all the way to the daily expected move of 295.31, you potentially will be rejecting into negative territory at that point. Truly, you would need to see some kind of massive squeeze here, or you would need to set up some kind of higher low of its own or set up some kind of divergence like the Qs on the 2-hour chart to suggest this can turn around. As of right now, the 2-hour chart has violated any sort of higher low, wonky higher low, whatever you want to call it over here. We completely unconfirmed any kind of move into positive territory on that MACD. And because we have done that, yes, if the 2-hour curls up and squeezes, we can build back, obviously, right? We see that signal from the Qs. But at the same time, we violated anything going on in here. We completely wiped out everything going on in here. So if we continue to the downside just a little bit, you're pretty much confirming that we will see downside for the next for August. So very important to consider this. As of right now, you see that the daily scale is still in positive territory though. So we are looking for any kind of trick and trap. This is where if you have those reversal signals and they look pretty mean, you always look for if those are going to go wrong. And if those go wrong, that would be the daily chart able to curl up. We do not see a signal on the 2-hour chart to give us any kind of hint, but we did go over that signal that does have some kind of hint for the Qs. So that tells me if the 2-hour chart for the Qs is curling up on the 2-hour, probably with most of the indices, I don't want to necessarily take any kind of massive, downward play over the weekend. Most likely I will pull things back in pumping the gas. I most likely will pull down with any kind of position size that I choose to take over this weekend and treat this weekend as kind of a back and forth, a little bit risky one that could technically go either way, but we will see how tomorrow pans out. As of right now, a 85% update on the 30-minute chart though would say that this is extremely negative and we can reject to the downside very easily on IWM. Now for volatility, this is a big reason I don't believe that the market is going to go to a new all-time high. Now, that's just me. That's a belief. That's an I think. That's not something that I would put money behind, right? I did end up taking the volatility position yesterday. I did end up taking a short yesterday on the SPY. I got rid of the SPY short. I am still holding on to the volatility position as of right now. I just wanted to make I like to do that sometimes. That way I can kind of go to the zoo today and have fun with my daughter. So the 30-minute chart is in such a positive trend, though, that you would have to say that continuation of this, making sure to see some kind of lower high, some kind of divergence on the 30-minute first before saying this market's going to tear down would be a big deal. Now, you do have one reversal attempt here, and it's kind of shown to you like it is shown on the Qs. You see here for the VIX, if the 2-hour chart for whatever reason was able to confirm down, it probably would take place a little bit over towards these areas, towards a reading of about 1750 in my opinion. If that were to cross down, you do have potential divergence there on the MACD. If we blow up the RSI though, you're kind of looking like, hey, that's almost flat, a little bit down. So you do have divergence though on the MACD and RSI at the same time. This means that there is a signal here on both VIX and I would say on the Qs at the same time. That is suggesting that if you confirm those signals, this can start to turn to the upside. Okay, so I wanted to make you aware of that as we've been talking about weekly correction. When you do have on the SPY, when we do have these great signals, this is a very simple lower high signal. If it could lead into a weekly correction, how could that go wrong? The daily chart's able to curl up. How does the daily chart curl up? You make 2-hour divergence, you make 2-hour higher lows. Volatility currently would have to say what to go up? It would have to make a divergence to the upside. Do we see a divergence to the upside? Yes, we do. We technically see a divergence right here. We see it on the MACD and RSI at the same time. We see it on the downside on the Qs. We see it between these points. So that tells me that if this were to confirm, I might want to rethink my bearish plays, and I may instead want to start to look for potential reversal plays in some fashion. So I just wanted to point that out. I'm not necessarily leaning towards that. I think it's time to see our weekly correction. So we get a weekly correction and then we are able to go up into the end of the year. But it's not about what I want. It's not about what I think. It's about those confirmations in front of you. So Patreon members, if you do see this 2-hour chart on the Qs confirming or about to confirm or anything like that, just be looking out for any kind of post over on Patreon. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I think it's a great day to be looking at stocks, and it's a great time to be able to practice because these type of signals are fantastic. When you do get those big reversal signals saying like, hey, we're going to head down, It's very, very good practice to see those times where you get a signal that says, well, hold on a second, we're at the monthly move, we have some type of divergence, to watch out if this confirms, because if everyone wants this thing to go down, but a divergence confirms, a squeeze could be on the table. So I'm still looking in both directions, just like I always do. I'm leaning towards the downward direction as of right now because of the 30-minute chart being so negative. But that doesn't, we'll see how the market proves itself over the next couple of sessions, and be looking out for more information from me on this channel if you would like to subscribe. There's some information down in the description for the full technical analysis course if you want to knock that out over the weekend and become a better analyst to really match how you see money to be able to start becoming successful in markets. Look at that course down in the description. It's 80% off for the summer. We're going into August. You only have about a month left to get it. So love you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Hope you have a great weekend, and tune in over the weekend for a couple YouTube updates. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Peace out.